Welcome to our PYQ series 2025 again. We are dealing with the chapter number 2, that is reproduction in lower and higher animals. So dear students, be ready for this. And before going for the MCQs, you should have your textbook in front of you. You should have your notebook in front of you so that you can take down the answer and you can note down the important points. Okay, so let us start here with the first MCQ. Okay, so we have reproduction in lower and higher animals. Okay, so question number 1. See the question number 1. During asexual reproduction, gamete formation occurs in option number 1 is yeast, then number 2 is spirogyra, sponges and amoeba. So dear students, you might have studied that we have got the two different types of reproduction here, asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. Okay, so please revise the chart which will give you all the examples and all the important points here for the asexual reproduction. So your answer here is, you know that gamete formation, you know that it is a very simple type of mechanism which is seen here in case of sponges, right? Sponges is the correct answer here. You have some of the cells which are giving you the reproduction and that will give you the formation of the new sponge, right? So the answer here is C. C is the correct answer. Next question. Identify the mismatch pair from the following. Which is the mismatch pair? Very simple. Seminal vesicle, fructose, prostate gland, citric acid, Cowper's gland, acid phosphatase, Bartholin's gland, lubricating fluid. So what should be your correct answer? Correct answer here is, that is Cowper's gland and acid phosphatase. You know that Cowper's gland is not giving this particular enzyme which is secreted here. So this is the mismatch pair. Okay, so for getting such kind of answers, students, you please remember the system, the accessory organs in the system, essential organs in the system and their functions. Got it? So you will be able to give such kind of answers here. Very, very simple, that this is the mismatch here. Next, which is the next one here? Stratified and non-keratinized mucosal epithelium forms the lining of, so infundibulum, isthmus, then vagina and that is nudedum. Okay, so you know that it is present in the vagina, stratified and keratinized mucosal epithelium. And students, you should know why this epithelial tissue is existing there, because you know that for the lubrication. Okay, and you know that very important thing, during the process of copulation there might be chances of having the friction between the wall of the vagina and the penis region, and that is why for protection you are getting the stratified and non-keratinized mucosal epithelium here in the vagina. You know that how the vaginal thing is giving you the structure here. So inside the vagina you have the innermost layer which gives you this particular structure. Got it? So you should be able to trace out exactly where you are getting the tissue here. Okay, so you have the lining which is present here in the inner layer of what here? This is the vagina. Okay, so inside the vagina you have this structure, and you should know, besides this you should know all the things related with vagina, that how much is the length of vagina, how the glands are situated here at the near the opening of the vagina. Can you guess which gland is going to be there here? Okay, so here you have got the very, very special mucus secreting gland, and that is Bartholin's gland, right? So you should know the rest of the things also in case of vagina. The length of the vagina, inner membrane of the vagina, and you know vagina is a common passage for what? For the menstruation, and for the, it acts as a birth canal. Okay, so this is what the ideal thing which you can record for the vaginal structure. Remember this. Got it? Next, Failure of testes to descend in the scrotum is called as, you know that this is supposed to be the disorder, right? So this disorder is known as, D is the correct answer here, this is called as cryptochidism. You know that scrotal sac, okay? What are the important things in the scrotal sac? You know that inside the scrotal sac you have got the testes. You know that testes are well protected in the scrotal sac. And what is this disorder? Cryptochidism. You know that they are by means of the cord-like structure. So if the testes, during the production of the testes, during the embryonic condition, if they are not suspended here inside the scrotum, got it, inside the scrotum, then this disorder is called as what here? Cryptochidism. You know that this particular portion will remain here itself, okay, inside the abdominal cavity only. So that disorder is called as cryptochidism, and it leads into what here? Sterility. Okay, sterility means what? That male will not be eligible for the reproduction. Got it? So this is what the ultimate thing here to remember, because you know that you won't be able to get the there won't be the presence of the testes here. Got it? So this is what the biggest disorder called as what here? Cryptochidism. Got it? So remember this disorder. Question number 5. Select the incorrect statement regarding the cells of Sertoli. You know that Sertoli cells are present inside the, where is the presence here? You know that these are the seminiferous tubules, right? And you know that seminiferous tubules are lined by the germinal epithelial tissue. Got it? So this is the germinal epithelial tissue. Got it? So this is what the germinal epithelial tissue here, and Sertoli cells are present in between this. So you have the Sertoli cells. You know that Sertoli cells are nourishing cells, right? So this is what the Sertoli cells. Got it? You know that Sertoli cells are giving the nourishment to the developing sperm inside the testes. Got it? So what is incorrect? They are asking. These cells are few in number and occur along with the germinal cells. They are also termed as nurse cell. Correct? They are multinucleated and haploid, and they provide the surface for the attachment of what here? Spermatids. So what should be your answer? This is not correct. So this is your correct answer. They are not multinucleated, they are not haploid. So what should be your correct answer here? This. Got it? So this is all about what here? Sertoli cells. So for question number 5, all the students please note down that question number 5, C is the correct answer here. Okay? Next. The fluid-filled antrum present between the secondary oocyte and dash, membrana granulosa, then theca interna, corona radiata, and cumulus oophorus. So what is this here? What should be your correct answer? That present between the secondary oocyte. Okay. So what should be your correct answer? C. If this is the Graafian follicle, right? And you have, what is there inside the Graafian follicle? You have the ovum. Got it? And this ovum is held here by means of the connection, and this connection is called as what here? Cumulus oophorus. Got it? So this is what the Graafian follicle, right? You know that Graafian follicle is giving you the presence of what here? The structure of the ovum, right? So this cumulus oophorus, it is the connection between the secondary oocyte and the Graafian follicle, that is fluid filled antrum. This will be what here? This is the region of what here? This cavity is called as what here? Antrum. Okay. So what should be your answer? Your answer is D. Okay. D is the correct answer. So all the students please note down this particular feature of the Graafian follicle, cumulus oophorus. You know that cumulus oophorus is the best thing over here, which gives you the junction between what here? This will be the ovum. Ovum is also, we are saying, before the release, we can say that ovum is also called as secondary oocyte. Got it? Remember this very, very perfectly. Got it? So this is ovum, or it is also called as secondary oocyte. Got it? Secondary oocyte. So your answer here is, this is the cumulus oophorus, connection between secondary oocyte and the Graafian follicle. Okay, which is the next one? Select the incorrect statement regarding the prostate gland. You know that. Where is the existence of prostate gland? Prostate gland is present in, just wait, just wait. Which is the incorrect statement regarding the prostate gland. You know that prostate gland is present here in the male reproductive system. Okay, prostate gland is present in male reproductive system, and you know that prostate gland is very important here for the formation of what here? Semen. Prostate gland will give you a contribution for the formation of what here? Semen. You know that semen is a reproductive fluid. Okay, so what they are saying, it is the largest accessory gland of male reproductive system. Next is, it is multilobe and endocrinal in function. Then it is secretion directly enters into the urethra. Then ejaculatory duct passes through the gland, open into the urethra. So for this, what is the incorrect they are asking us? So it is not a multilobe function, multilobe structure, and it is not even endocrinal in function. It is not giving you any secretion of the hormone. So it cannot be endocrinal in function, right? So what should be your correct answer? B is the correct answer here, because it is contributing for the formation of what here? Semen. It is not multilobe, it is not endocrinal in function, right? So this is your correct answer. Okay, next question number 8. Question number 8 is, at the posterior surface of the testes, seminiferous tubules form a network of tubules, and this tubule is called as, so this tubule is nothing but what here? Vasa efferentia. Okay, you know that if you have the testes here, you know that testes, this will be what here? Epididymis, and this will give you the vas deferens. Okay, so whenever you have the junction over here, right? So this is giving you the presence of what here? Vasa efferentia, right? For that purpose, you are supposed to take this section of what here? This testes, and in this section of the testes, you will be coming to know that this is giving you the very, very superfine network of what here? The vasa efferentia. If I am going to show you the structure, it will be very clear to you. Say for example, this is testes here, and you have the compartments here. Okay, you know that these compartments are going to be very important, because they are giving you the presence of what here? What is there inside? You will have the presence of, this will be the seminiferous tubules. Okay, these are the seminiferous tubules here, and when these seminiferous tubules are going to open over here, this structure is known as, this structure is vasa efferentia. Got it? This is the structure of vasa efferentia. Remember this. Okay, this will be vasa efferentia. Got it? This is the part of rete testes as well. Okay, so what should be your correct answer? Your correct answer here is, okay, I'm sorry, this will be the part of what here? Rete testes. Okay, so C is the correct answer, rete testes, as I showed you earlier. Okay, so this is the part. Okay, all these seminiferous tubules are coming out, okay, from this network. Okay, see, this will be the tubular network, and we have the part which is called as, this portion is called as what here? Rete testes. Got it? What is the meaning of rete testes? Similar to testes. Will be what here? Rete testes. So your answer here is C. Now, next is, given below are the two statements. Okay, given below are the two statements. See, statement number 1, that is, in testes, vasa efferentia connect the rete testes and head of the epididymis. Then statement number 2, the vas deferens arises from the corpus of the or body of the epididymis. So what do you think here? What should be your correct answer? That both the statement, if you are watching carefully, statement 1 is correct, okay, but statement 2 is incorrect. So for that purpose, you should know the structure of section of the testes very perfectly, okay, then you can choose the correct alternative from this. Now question number 10, which of the following primary sex organ in human female? Very, very simple. Got it? So which is the primary sex organ here? Primary sex organ is ovary. Got it? Ovary is going to be the primary sex organ. You should know how the structure is there of the female reproductive system. You know that this will be the uterus, then this will be the vagina, these are the fallopian tubes here along with the fimbriae. Got it? So all these are the very, very important parts of what here. And here you have the ovaries. Got it? And ovaries are attached here from the external side, right? So you can differentiate as primary sex organs and secondary sex organ. So primary sex organs here are ovaries. Got it? Ovaries are going to be what here? Primary sex organ in human female, right? Then the next one. Let us see the correct sequence of milk letting system in mammary gland concerning the following structures. Okay. So mammary tubules, lactiferous. For this question, you should know the section of the mammary gland very perfectly. Okay. Lactiferous gland, mammary duct and mammary ampulla. So what should be the correct sequence? Correct sequence here is C. 1, 3, 4 and 2. Number 1 is mammary tubules, then number 2 is mammary duct here, okay, and number 3. Then you have number 4 here, that is mammary ampulla. This will be in the third and this will be the last one. So what should be your correct answer? C is the correct answer here. Okay, students, please remember the section very perfectly. If you know the section very perfectly, you can answer the correct sequence here. Got it? So C is the correct answer for question number 11. Now the question number 12. What is question number 12 here? The wall of primary follicle composed of multi-layered dash follicular cells. Okay, so which are the follicular cells here? So you have the presence of cuboidal cells, cuboidal follicular cells. They are present here in the primary follicle. So your answer is cuboidal. You know that, cuboidal epithelial tissue. Okay, next question number 13. The acid phosphatase present in the prostatic secretion protects the sperm from acidic environment of what here? Of course, vagina. Okay, C is the correct answer. You should know all the functions and of the gland, secretions of the gland and their composition. Got it? So this is the very, very important part. Question number 14. See here. Which of the following is not secreted by the seminal vesicle? You know that seminal vesicle contributes about more than 80% for the semen formation. Remember this. Please note down this information. Okay. So which of the following is not secreted? What they are asking us here, that which of the following is not secreted? Citric acid is not secreted. So what should be your correct answer? For this purpose, you should know the composition of what here? Semen. So what is the composition of the semen? Semen will contain, of course, it will have the presence of the sperms, then it will contain the calcium ions, right? It will contain the different enzymes, okay? It will give you the presence of what here? Amino acids. It will give you the fructose sugar, got it? Then it will give you the prostaglandins and all, right? So all these are the main components of what here? Semen, got it? And during one sexual intercourse, 2 ml to 3 ml of the semen is released here from the male reproductive system. So students, remember all these parts here very perfectly. Next question number 15, that is identify the mismatch pair with respect to Graafian follicle and select the correct option. So zona pellucida, non-cellular layer, very correct. Theca interna produces the hormone estrogen, very correct. Cumulus oophorus, surrounding of the granulosa cells, very good. Corona radiata, fluid filled cavity. So which is not matching here? That is corona radiata, fluid filled cavity. It's not a fluid. This is the wrong. So what should be your answer? D is the correct answer. Okay, so for that purpose, you should know the structure of the Graafian follicle very perfectly. You know that Graafian follicle, it will give you the accumulation of what here? Ovum. Got it? And you have the connection, and this is nothing but what here? Cumulus oophorus, right? So you should know all the features very perfectly. Now match the following. Okay, you can just see what are the parts, column 1 and column 2. Okay, now see, check the column 1, read all the parts from column 1. Students, read all the parts here from column 1 and column 2 and trace out the correct option. See, what is the column 1 here? Baga, column 1 काय आहे? Parts, infundibulum, uterus, ampulla and vagina. So you should be able to give the correct one here. Okay, so first is column 1, infundibulum is, you have C. Okay, it will receive the ovulated egg here. Number 2, second is uterus. Uterus is there for implantation. Then ampulla. Ampulla is there for fertilization. And vagina acts as a birth canal. So what should be your answer? A is the correct answer. Note down. You should know all the functions of the each and every system very perfectly. Every organ, what is the composition, how it is giving you the function, what about anatomy, histology, physiology, you should be able to trace out very perfectly. So A is the correct option. Next, 17, question number 17. Wall of the primordial ovarian follicle is formed by dash layers of the flattened follicular cells. So how many layers you are getting here? You are getting only one layer. Okay, primordial ovarian follicle is formed here by only one layer. Okay, remember the structure very perfectly. Question number 18. Select the correct group of seasonal breeders. Okay, so what are the seasonal breeders here? They require the particular season for the this reproduction. So sheep, donkey and goat. Got it? So they are the ideal examples of what here? Seasonal breeders. Got it? Next. So which of the following holds the uterus, ovary and oviduct to the dorsal body wall? So what are the structures here? So we have the broad ligamentum, right? So these ligaments are going to hold the structure of the uterus, okay? Then the structure of this ovaries, right? And all these structures here to the dorsal surface, they are held together by means of what here? Broad ligamentum. Remember this. Okay. So D is the correct answer for this question. Question number 20. Statement. Read the statement perfectly. See what is the statement given here. Number 1 is the follicular. What is number 1 here? See, in the follicular phase, menstrual cycle, the thickness of the endometrium reaches up to 3 to 5 mm. Got it? Which is the next one here? Next is FSH stimulate 6 to 12 primary follicles to proceed in development of the secondary follicles. Okay. So what should be your correct answer here? Your correct answer is C. Statement 1 is correct, but statement 2 is incorrect. Okay. So for this purpose, you should know all the functions of this system very perfectly. Got it? So dear students, please focus on the male reproductive system, female reproductive system, their essential organs, accessory organs, their anatomy, their histology and their physiology. Got it? So your answer here is C. C is the correct answer. Now question number 21. Following events occurs during the luteal phase except, luteal phase, all these are the phases of what here? Menstrual cycle. You know that how many different how many different steps are there for menstrual cycle. Okay, menstrual cycle. You know that first phase, first phase is menstrual phase, right? First is the menstrual phase, right? Number 2 is, which is number 2, that is we have the very important, that is proliferative phase. Proliferative phase. Next is ovulatory phase. Got it? You know that ovulatory phase is the shortest one, and last one is secretory. Okay, secretory and luteal phase. Got it? So for this, what should be your answer? That luteal phase is the release, arthat number 1 is the correct. Okay, because you know that rest of these are correct. This is only not there. Okay, because there is no any connection for the release of the secondary oocyte and for the menstrual this thing, right? So A is the correct answer here. Next. Question number 22. Endometrium of the uterus becomes highly vascularized and thickened up to 8 mm to 10 mm during which phase here? During the luteal phase. Got it? You know that. Where is the endometrium? Endometrium is present here to the internal part. This will be the layer of what here? Endometrium. Right? And thickening is going to be there over here, so that it will give you the secretions, right? So that all the luteal secretions will be here, which will be favorable for the implantation of embryo. You know that you have the implantation of the embryo over here. Got it? So this is needed for what here? For the implantation, right? So all the things are done in the luteal phase for the process of implantation. So what should be your correct answer here? Luteal phase, C is the correct answer. Okay. Next. Question number 23. Select the correct statement related with the menstrual phase of the ovarian cycle. So what are the options given here? That is, prostaglandins are released due to the increased level of estrogen and progesterone to bring about the endometrial breakdown. Okay. Next is, it is initiated due to lack of fertilization of female gamete. Third is, beginning of each cycle is taken as 5th day of menstruation, and LH stimulates the development of what here? Many more primordials. So what should be your correct answer? What they are asking us? Select the correct statement amongst the given one. So C is the correct answer. Okay. Here this will be the correct answer. Okay. Students, note down that for question number 23, C is the correct answer. Next. Question number 24. Read the statement. What is this statement? Many primordial follicles begin to develop into primary follicles under the effect of dash under the menstrual cycle. So what should be your correct answer here? Come on, tell me which will be the hormone here. You know that all these are the very important hormones for the female hormones required for the menstruation and all, right? So your answer here is FSH. Okay, you know that it will give the proliferative phase, means what? Development of the ovum inside the Graafian follicle. This is the proliferation inside the structure of what here? Ovary. Got it? So this is brought under the influence of what here? FSH. And you know that the ovum is this, there will be ovulation. Ovulation will be there here by means of what here? Under the influence of what here? LH. LH will have the effect over here. So remember, this is your correct answer. For proliferation, you always need which hormone? You need FSH, follicle stimulating hormone. Okay, so your answer is B here, right? Next, 25. Okay, column 1 and column 2. So we are supposed to hunt for the correct things here, right? Now see, read the options carefully. I'm giving you few seconds to screen and to read the options very carefully. Column 1 and column 2. See, column 1 and column 2. What is column 1? Column 1 is giving you many more phases, and column 2 is giving you some important events which occurs during this one. Okay, so what should be your correct answer? Phase of growth, you know that primary spermatocyte. Okay, number 2, that is spermiogenesis. It will convert into spermatids, right? And we have that is product of spermagonia, that is due to mitosis, right? And we have this, that is phase of maturation. It will be during meiosis. Okay, so your correct answer is B. For match the following, students note down, for match the following, question number 25, your correct answer is B here. So you should be able to match the correct pairs, right? Next, which of the following statement correct regarding the secondary oocyte in the human female? Okay, we are supposed to choose the correct alternatives here. See, statement number 1, read the statement number 1. It is non-cleodic and microlethal in nature. Number 2, nucleus is large and called as germinal vesicle. Number 3, cytoplasm is called as ooplasm and contains 2 centrioles at the animal pole. Number 4, that is the 2 polar bodies are present in the pre-vitelline space. Cells of the corona radiata are firmly held by zona pellucida and each one of by hyaluronic acid. So choose the correct options regarding the secondary oocyte in the human female. Okay, so what are the correct one? This one, that is third, cytoplasm is called as ooplasm. Yes, there are 2 polar bodies which are present. And number 5, that the cells of corona radiata, you know the structure of the ovum. This is the cell membrane. Okay, after that we have the zona pellucida layer. Okay, you know that zona pellucida layer is a thin non-cellular layer. Okay, and next we have got the 2 centrioles here. You know that you are getting the 2 centrioles here, right? We have got the 2 centrioles which are present here. Okay, you know that here will be the nucleus, these will be the granules over here. You know the structure of the secondary oocyte, right? So your correct answer is this, third, then 4th and 5th only, and the cells will secrete the hyaluronic acid, right? So this is the correct answer. Okay, C is the correct answer. Question number 27, how many ova will be formed from 250 primary oocytes? Okay, you know that primary oocyte, it will undergo meiosis and you are having the unequal division, ovum, secondary oocyte along with the polar bodies and all. So ideally you can have the very great one, that is only 250, because this is the only, it will not give you any further this thing. So 250 is the correct answer. Next, select the sequence with the process 1 of oogenesis. You should know the oogenesis process very perfectly. Okay, so what should be your correct answer? Your correct answer is C. C is the correct answer. Okay, number 1. Number 1 will be what here? That is primary germinal cells. Primary germinal cell. Okay, that is also called as primordial cell. It will give you the formation of what here? Oogonia, right? There will be formation of oogonia. After oogonia, you have the formation of what here? Primary oocyte. You have the formation of what here? Primary oocyte. Okay, after the formation of primary oocyte, you are getting the formation of what here? Ovum. You have the formation of ovum, and then we have the formation of what here? Secondary oocyte. Okay, whenever the Graafian follicle is releasing, it is always there in the form of what here? Secondary oocyte. Got it? So this is how the sequence is there. So what should be your correct answer? Students, remember, for question number 28, we have the correct answer, and that is nothing but C. This is the proper sequence of what here? Oogenesis. Formation of the ovum from the primary cells here, primary germinal cells. You know that these cells are going to be diploid and you are getting the formation of what here? Haploid things, right? So this is the correct one. Next, in the middle piece of the sperm, the distal centriole is surrounded by dash spinal turns of the mitochondria. Okay, so you know the structure of the sperm. Okay, the sperm, it has got the very great this thing. Okay, you know that sperm is having, this will be the head of the sperm. Got it? This will be the acrosomal cap. This will be the neck. This will be the body of the sperm, right? And here you will have the tail part. Okay, and here you have the mitochondria. Got it? What is the name given here? This will be mitochondria. Got it? This is mitochondria. This will be the neck of the sperm, right? This will be the head of the sperm, right? This will be what here? Acrosomal cap. Okay, this is the haploid nucleus, and here you will have the centrioles, and this is the tail. So what they are asking us here, that in the middle piece, distal centriole is surrounded by how many terms of what here? Mitochondria. So 10 to 14. This region will give you how many here? 10 to 14, right? So remember that this is the correct answer. Okay, so you should know all the ultra parts of what here? Ultra structure of what here? The human sperm. And you should know the length, you should know all the dimensions of what here? Sperm. Many more things you should remember here. Now the 30th question here, select the correct pair of the cells with identical sets of the chromosomes. So what should be your answer here? Baga, options काय आहेत? Secondary oocyte and spermatid, then first polar body and primary spermatocyte, second polar body and primary oocyte, then secondary spermatocyte and spermatogonia. So what should be your answer? Your answer here is for this secondary oocyte and the spermatid. This will be the correct identical set. So for this purpose, you should know the process of spermatogenesis very perfectly. So let us see next question. Question number 31. Question number 31. Which hormone helps the journey of the sperm towards ampulla by the contraction of uterus and the fallopian tube? You know this process very well, that if there is the meeting of sperm and ovum, it is giving you the very important movement which is called as chemotaxis. Got it? What is the meaning of chemotaxis? The movement of the ovum and the sperm towards each other. Got it? So if you have got this structure, you know that in which region there will be the entry of the this particular structure. So we have what they are telling us, journey of the sperm towards the ampulla. Okay, you know that when the sperm is coming, okay, towards the ampulla, and you know that ovum is going to be here, right? So what is this journey? What is this particular thing which happens in the fallopian tube? You know that fallopian tube is acting as what? Fallopian tube is acting as a pathway for the process of fertilization. Got it? So what should be your answer? That is oxytocin. You know that oxytocin will give you the uterine movement here. Okay, there will be the contraction and relaxation of the uterus, the wall of the uterus, and it will help the sperm here to meet with the ovum. Okay, so what should be your answer? Your answer here is oxytocin. Okay, chalo, let us go for the next question. Which of the following is not an acrosomal reaction? You know, where is the presence of acrosome? Acrosome is present here on the which region? On the sperm. You know that this will be the head of the sperm, this will be the acrosome, this will be the neck of the sperm, body of the sperm, and you know that this will be the region of what here? Tail. Got it? So ideal structure. What they are asking us, not the acrosomal reaction. What is there here? So formation of cone reception, production of the weak wave of depolarization in the egg, and release of the zonal lysine, and formation of the fertilizing anti-fertilizing complex. So what should be your answer? D is the correct answer. Formation of fertilizing and anti-fertilizing complex. Do you know that the ovum, you know that if this is the ovum here, okay, ovum is producing which part here, which hormone? Ovum will produce fertilizing. Got it? And this will produce what here? Anti-fertilizing. Right? So they are going to have the chemotaxis here and they will recognize each other. Got it? So this reaction is going to be very, very important here for the process of fertilization. Got it? So this is going to be very, very important event here, that there has to be production of what here? Anti-fertilizing. Anti-fertilizing. Got it? And this will give you what here? Fertilizing. So there is, which movement is there? Chemotaxis. They are going to find out each other. Got it? So chemotaxis is going to be there and you will have the meeting of the sperm and the ovum. Got it? So D is the correct answer. Next. Which is the next question here? The cone of the fertilization is produced by nuclear membrane of the egg nucleus, then vitelline membrane of the egg, then zona pellucida covering of the egg, then fertilization membrane of the egg. So what should be your answer? Your answer here is B, vitelline membrane of the egg, right? So this is how you are getting the answer. You should know the chemical reaction which happens between the egg and the sperm. Got it? So what should be the next here? Which one of the following is not the function of the sperm? Number 1, it contributes half the number chromosome and restored the diploid number of the chromosomes in zygote. Next, it contributes the centriole for the further cleavage after the fertilization. Next, it contributes the mitochondria for syngamy and formation of synkaryon spindle. It activates the secondary oocyte to complete the meiosis II and transform into the mature ovum. So, what should be your answer here? Which is not the function of the sperm here? So, this mitochondria, okay? This is not the function of what here? Sperm. So students, note down, for 34 you have C is the correct answer here. Got it? Okay, next. 35. Which bivalent ion participates in the process of capacitation of the sperm into the vagina? Got it? So this reaction is also very, very important. So what should be your answer? Your answer is D. You know that calcium is required for the capacitation of the sperm into the vagina. Got it? Calcium ions are going to be very, very important role. They play the vital role here in the process of what here? This one. So next, arrange the steps in the embryonic development in the sequence from the beginning. We are supposed to know the sequence. Okay, so what should be the sequence here? You should know the process of fertilization, that union of male gamete and female gamete to form the zygote, right? And after the zygote formation, you have the cleavage, which will give you 2-cell stage, 3-cell, 4, and then morula, then blastula, then gastrula. You should know the days, you should know the hours, that how the process is going to continue with the time. Got it? And you should know the proper sequence. So whatever diagrams are there in your textbook, so students, please go through the diagram and you can find out the correct answer here. So what is the correct answer here? That is B is the correct sequence, that this cleavage is the first one, followed by you have the next one, that is blastulation, then you have gastrulation, and then you have organogenesis. Got it? So you should know the correct sequence here, right? After the cleavage, you have 2-cell stage formation, then you have morula, got it, solid ball of cell, then you have blastula and all. Okay, so sequence should be very, very important here. Next, following is an extra embryonic membrane except. So what is extra embryonic membrane here? You know that after the process of fertilization, you have the formation of embryo, and what are the covers of the embryo, what are the functions of those covers, you should know it perfectly. Okay, so what they are asking here, embryonic membrane, extra embryonic membrane except. So what should be your answer? Except the epiblast cells. Got it? You know that how the epiblast cell is there, you know that we have the membrane which is dividing here, that is epiblast and hypoblast. Got it? So these are the ideal things which are going to be there here. So this will be what here? Hypoblast. Got it? And this will be what here? Epiblast. So you should be able to trace out all the meanings here, and you should be able to give the functions of this epiblast region. Got it? So this is going to be there for the rest of the process, that is neurogenesis and all these things, right? So your correct answer is epiblast here, which is not acting as a membrane. Next, question number 38. The primary germinal layer endoderm forms the lining of the following organs except. They are asking us that which is not getting involved here. So this is nothing but what here? Hind gut. Okay, remember this, because from endoderm you are getting the formation of what here? Majority of the glands are formed here in the embryonic condition. So endoderm is responsible for the formation of what here? Glands, right? Endodermic region. Okay, next, which is the next one? The morula stage of the development of the embryo is reached by the end of dash day. What I told you, you should know the hours for the cleavage. You know that first cleavage is going to be there after 34 hours, right? 34 to 37 hours. And then we have the morula stage, 2 to 3 days, then 6, 7, 8, this is the stage of blastula, and that onwards you have the process of gastrulation. So dear students, please remember all the hours, then days for gastrulation, blastulation and all these things, right? So what they are asking here, that for morula stage, what is this thing here? So for morula, at least you should require here 4 days. Okay, so please note down the answer, 4 days you want here. Okay, next, extra embryonic membrane that immediately surrounds and protects the embryo, and that is nothing but, which is that here? That is amnion. You should know how the embryo is getting protected. Okay, so if you are observing the structure, okay, in the embryonic, this one, okay, how the amnion is formed here, you know that this will be what here? Ectodermal layer. Here will be your this will be which layer here? This will give you the layer that is very important. This is epiblast, hypoblast layer, and some of the cells from this hypoblast, they are going to come here and they will give you the formation of what here? One more layer. Got it? And here the cavity between this one, this will be the amniotic and this will be the amniotic region which is getting formed here, right? So you should know the cavities which are present here into the embryonic stage. Got it? Next, select the correct statement from the following regarding the second trimester pregnancy. So you should know that how much is the gestation period. Okay, you know the meaning of gestation. Gestation period is the period for the embryonic development, right? And this gestation period is very important here. It is of 9 months and 9 days. Got it? This gestation period, and you should know that this gestation period is divided into first, second and third trimester. First trimester period, got it? Then we have second trimester period, right? And we have third trimester period, right? And this trimester period is divided into 3 months. Accordingly, you have the developmental stages. So what should be your answer? They are telling us that which is the correct statement here regarding this one. So you have human chorionic gonadotropins, these are going to decline. You know that. What is this HCG? What is this? HCG is very important hormone, human chorionic gonadotropins. They are there in the first trimester period, and as we have the second trimester period here, this is going to decline because you know that henceforward you have the formation of the placenta, and placenta will give you all possible nourishment for the developing embryo inside the uterus. Okay, so what should be your correct answer? Your correct answer is HCG level is going to decline here. Okay, so note here that 41 for 41, B is your correct answer. Okay, next. Arrange the following statement, correct statement during the parturition. Okay, during the parturition, what kind of things are going to be there? So read the sequence carefully. And what is the meaning of parturition? Okay, you should know what is the meaning of parturition. Parturition means what here? Delivery process. Separation of what here? Separation of embryo. Okay, separation of what here? Fetus and the uterus. Fetus and the mother. This is known as what here? Parturition. Got it? So what they are asking, read the question carefully and think on the option. I am giving you few seconds here. Okay, read the statements carefully. Read the statements carefully. What are the statements here? So what should be your correct answer? Your correct answer here is B. B is the correct answer. First, it should be fully developed. It gives the signal for uterine contraction. You know that fetus itself gives you the secretion. Fetus pituitary gland will give the secretion of the hormone, and then it will give the signal for the contraction of what here? Uterus, right? So this is the first step. Second is secretion of ACTH. You know that the fetus itself will give you the secretion of what here? ACTH. What is the meaning of ACTH? Adrenocorticotropic hormones, right? So that is getting secreted via this one, and the release of oxytocin will be there. Next is it is giving you the vigorous contraction and relaxation of the uterus, and it gives you the dilation of which region? Cervix region. So it will be the starting for the labor pains. Okay, it will be the starting. This is the indication for the delivery process. Next is rupturing of the amniotic membrane of the fetus. Amniotic membrane of the fetus is ruptured. Amniotic fluid is coming out. It will give you the pathway which is going to be very good for the release of what here? That fetus out of the uterus. And last here is that is expulsion of the baby from the uterus. So what should be your correct answer? Your correct answer here is B. So for this purpose, students, please remember you should know all the steps in the process of what here? Delivery. Starting for the labor pains, then the actual expulsion mechanism, and post parturition process, that is of the placental stage. Okay, so do the three process very perfectly so that you can answer any question here, right? But here your answer for the question number 42 is D. Okay, next question number 43. Which of the following is not included in the reproductive and child care programs? Do you know, students, please remember, at least one question will be compulsory from this program, that is for the mother and child welfare program. Okay, so do it very perfectly, all the part from this. Okay, so what should be your answer? C is the correct answer. Reducing the rate of what here? Child immunization, this one, because you know nowadays government is taking care of the immunization process. When the birth is there for the baby, the chart for the immunization is ready. Got it? So it is very it has been done at the priority level. Okay, so what should be your correct answer? C is the correct answer here. Okay, next 44. What is the question number 44? Given below are the statement. Okay, students, read the statements carefully. Come on, watch the statement carefully. Statement number 1 and statement number 2. What is this statement number 1? See, lactational amenorrhea is based on the fact that ovulation does not occur during the period of intense lactation. If the baby is lactating, if the mother is feeding the baby with the breast milk, okay, there will be the very important process called as lactational amenorrhea. Got it? Next is what here? Wells attract the macrophages, stimulating them to accumulate in the uterine cavity and causes the phagocytosis. These two statements, we are supposed to find out that which are the temporary this thing for the contraception and all. So your answer here is C. Statement 1 is correct and statement 2 is incorrect. Got it? So remember this perfectly. Next, question number 45. Okay, students, read the statement carefully. Statement number 1, Saheli is an contraceptive pill which is taken orally. Statement number 2, it is an oral contraceptive pill for female which is non-steroidal. So what do you think here? What is the condition? So you should know all the birth control measures, that how many different oral contraceptives are there. So you should know the mechanical barriers, you should know the natural method for the birth control, mechanical, then temporary, permanent, and you know that permanent we have vasectomy for the male and tubectomy for the female. MTP is also legalized, right? That is medical termination of pregnancy. It is nowadays legal. So dear students, please you just do the mind map for all the methods here, because at least one question is going to be compulsory for you people, because it is the application based, that how you are going to apply the things here for the welfare of the society. Okay, so do all the methods here very perfectly. So what do you think here? That both these statements are correct. Saheli is a contraceptive pill and it is oral, which is non-steroidal. And what are rest of the tablets which are taken here? You have number 1, which is very famous, that is we have got Saheli, okay, which is taken this one daily. Then we have Maladi, okay, then we have iPill. So all these are the names of what here? The tablets which you should remember. Okay, next, legal framework of MTP. As I told you just now, कि MTP is legal nowadays, which is supposed to be the method of, it has been declared as a method for what here? Birth control. Okay, so MTP is what here? Medical termination of pregnancy. Medical termination of pregnancy. Termination of pregnancy. Right? So what is this here? In 2017, except reduction of illegal abortion, maternal mortality reduction, amniocentesis for sex determination, and unwanted pregnancy. So what do you think here? That amniocentesis for the sex determination. Got it? So your answer should be C here. Next, which is the next question here? Identify the method given for the diagram. So here you watch the diagram and tell me that which is this particular process here. So we have the first, that is A is the correct answer. Given here is vas deferens. You know that vas deferens are cut off here, right? So your answer here is vasectomy. Okay, you know thyroidectomy means removal of thyroid, lumpectomy, lump removal. Okay, so these are the things here. Now see column 1 and column 2. Okay, read the statements carefully. What is given in the column 1? Contraceptive measures. What is given here in column 2? Their effect. Okay, what are the things which will be happening here during this use of this particular method? Okay, so what are the things here? Come on, tell me. So we have the very important, let us see what is the answer. B is the correct answer for first, that is cervical, this one cap and all, this is the mechanical method. Then that is lips loop here, that is intrauterine device. Okay, then Nexaplanon. Okay, so this is the contraceptive implanted under the skin of upper arm. Okay, then Saheli. Saheli is that is oral non-steroidal contraceptive pill for female. Okay, so please remember B is the correct answer here. Your correct answer is B. Note down the answer. Very, very important. They are asking you such kind of questions. At least one question is going to be compulsory for you people, right? So please do the mind map for all the methods of what here contraceptive things. Next, 49, question number 49. Which of the following contraceptive helps in delaying the pregnancy for longer period? So LNG20, condom, diaphragm and lips loop. So what do you think here? What should be the correct answer? A is the correct answer. Please note down, delaying of the pregnancy for longer duration. Very simple. Next, storage of the sperm in the sperm bank by, so cryopreservation, gel electrophoresis, then we have amniocentesis and recalcitration. So what do you think here? What should be your correct answer? Cryopreservation. It is done up to more than minus 270 degrees Celsius. Okay, so this method is called as what here? Cryopreservation. Okay, this method is for their liquid nitrogen you are using for the storage of the sperms. Next, following information about the adoption except option number 1, that is adoptive parents get legal rights and responsibilities associated with the biological child. Adoptive parents should be married. Then adoptive parents should be medically fit. Yes. Adaptation of this parent should be financially able to take the care of the child. So what do you think here? What should not be the compulsory one? Adoptive parents should be married here. Okay, so this is not going to be the things here, right? Next, question number 52, the last one. Following are the common causes of infertilities in female except, so here that is arthritis, because rest of this PCOD, hormonal imbalance and all, these are the things here, but this is your correct answer. Okay, what will be your correct answer here? That is arthritis. Though arthritis is there, it doesn't make any this thing. Okay, so this is the correct answer. So, dear students, you can see here that which are the most likely questions here. As I told you earlier, that concentrate here on the process of fertilization. Then you have cleavage, morula, blastula, gastrula. Do all these steps very perfectly along with diagrams. Okay, this is number one. Number two, you are supposed to go for all the birth control. I'm sorry. This process of parturition, that delivery process. So, the three steps you should remember very perfectly: the duration, the process, and everything. Okay, placental stages and all. And next is you are supposed to focus on what here? The birth control measures, that is natural method, chemical method, mechanical barrier, temporary methods, permanent methods. So you should be able to answer very perfectly. You might have seen that they are preferring the questions like column 1, column 2, choose the correct alternative. So please go through NCERT book line to line and try to get the perfect answer, the most correct answer amongst the given one. Okay, so thank you and all the best.